All right, my name is Adibon Adekunle Sambo. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a real estate consultant and as well a public administrator. But
Wow.
in any case, too, well, I'm a partial UI UX designer.
Okay.
I have keen interest in web development, web front end development, actually, because of the fact that I love I okay. Let me put it this way: I've learned web design, which I would prefer the main coding rather than the drag and drop. I think I can track that very well. And what I hope to achieve in learning is not
Wow.
just to learn, but to network, to meet, to be in a community of where people could actually give stand up for challenges, and we could do so many as much as so many projects. Because my plan for the next 5 years is to learn, to understand much about coding development and all, probably end up being a full stack developer. So I want to start from front end mainly now.
Wow. Sadekule, that's impressive.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us. And like he said, I think one of the benefits of being in this group, you will have people, I don't mean people now. I mean people who are loaded, people of like mind, who could bear each other's burden. At the end of the day, we all come out better at the other end. Welcome, Mr. Adekunle.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Please, who is next?
Hello.
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 Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
We
you.
can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. My name is Amatola Gold, and I'm an ICT engineer. I do majorly with networking.
Wow.
Yes, but I'm also a graphic designer, but I'm not really a professional graphic designer like that. So I really want to acquire more knowledge, and the reason why I joined this platform is to be able to add more to the knowledge I had, then to be able to um develop mobile apps, all this. I just want to expand my knowledge in IT.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
You're
ma'am.
welcome.
We really appreciate that. And I'm humbled at the caliber of people we have in the house this evening. I'm really humbled. I'm really humbled. Thank you so much, Miss Gold. Or is it Mrs. Gold?
No, Miss Gold.
Okay, Mrs. Gold. Thank you
Hello,
so much.
everyone.
Good.
Miss, I'm not a Mrs.
Oh, Miss Gold.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
So, okay, Afolabi is back online now.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I think the MTN issue, I don't know. I was unable to connect again, and I tried many times to connect, and unfortunately, I couldn't connect. So, but I'm back now. I have to change to other network so that I will be able to do stuff. Okay. I think are we good to go now? I think we're about 27 online now. Are we good to go? Can we start the project? Are you able to see my screen?
We are good to go, sir.
Yeah, are you able to see
Yeah,
my
I can
screen?
see. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm
Yes,
trying
I can
to.
see your screen, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Is there another thing we need to talk? We need to. Let me see the number of people that are in. Have you guys been able to introduce yourself and all that? Okay, some people
We are doing that already.
they said they will need a password. So please let me quickly reply them by saying I'm online. We are back now. So please you can help us with that. So who's going to volunteer to keep updating the WhatsApp page so that I won't be distracted, sort of? Who's going to volunteer, or should I pick someone to volunteer for us?
Yes, sir.
So who's going to volunteer? Let me scroll down and see. What am I going to pick now? I don't know. My Ogada, my twin, Uncle T. I think I'm going to pick you now.
Hey, Shine. Mr.
Okay,
Kennedy.
please, you can help us update. Are you on all the group? I mean, on the 3 groups?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please, can you help us update the WhatsApp groups, what they need to know and all that, so that I'll be able to concentrate on the training. You know, that's WhatsApp group may distract me a bit. Did you understand what I'm trying to say, sir?
Okay, sir.
All right,
Yes,
thank you
sir,
so
yes,
much.
sir, yes, sir.
So
Sir.
this is 18:16 by my own watch, and we're going to kick off now. Basically, let me talk about EduPower and a brief introduction about EduPower because we are 15 minutes behind schedule. We're a software company actually, and we've been in business for about 15 years now, precisely. You know, you need to count with the times when you don't know much about programming, and we've been in this business for about 15 years, and we have industry-based experience. You know, I can tell you categorically that there's a clear difference between industry and education and all that. There's a clear difference. You know, you can know something, you can learn how to do something without knowing I think I might need to mute a number of people here. Should I go ahead and mute? Oh, and definitely.
Yes, sir.
We really have to mute participants. I'm sorry, I need to mute. Okay, let me mute all, just like that. Okay, let me allow participants to mute themselves. I think we are good to go. So whatever you want to talk, you can just unmute yourself and talk, or better still, you can raise your hand, you know, something like that. So we're going to be dealing with that later. Okay, so that is for EduPower. We've developed quite a number of applications. So that is welcome. So you're welcome to EduPower, and we are a software company, and also we train users generally about digital skills and all that. So you'll be knowing more about us and many other things later. Okay, the course content for today, generally, today's class basically is going to be a general class. Most likely, probably we will have one more general class, so that we'll be able to tell them everything they need to know. That is number one. We'll be able to tell them some of the things they, you know, we have 3 courses, and so some people, they don't really know the course they are supposed to do. You know, we'll be able to clear the ground. And of course, we're going to develop a mini application this evening, and we'll build on it much later. So I'm going to talk about myself because there are some people that are joining us for the first time, and you know, they need to know more about me, being a lead trainer. Then we'll talk about you guys, what you tend to gain and all that. What's this? Then our past projects, all the projects we have done so far, then the projects you guys will do, because the truth is you are not going to graduate if you don't develop a project, and if you're going to do like 52 assignments, then classwork and many other things like that, because we want to raise digital champions and not just riffraffs. So I'll walk you through EduPower classroom structure, because some of the things you need to do will be like your assignments now. You submit your assignment online. I will check it. My team will check it and mark it that, oh, you scored maybe 1/2 or 1/5 or things like that. Then there's going to be a group projects and individual project. I think I mentioned that. Then time, I believe within the space of 20 minutes, I should be able to come up with 1 or 2 projects so that you understand the concept behind it. Basically, what I want you to understand about this programming language is that it's not just programming or coding. It's the next universal language. Okay, so then there'll be question and answer. So let's continue. About me, I'm Olumiwa Taiwo Afolabi, and I have 14 years experience, and I've been dealing with coding for about 14 years now, basically. And I love to play game when I was much younger, and that I decided that I told myself that how come that people are developing this kind of thing that is so engaging and things like that, and I told myself that, man, I really want to be a developer. Then at that time, I was trying to study medicine. Thank God I didn't do that. I might have been a drop. Of course, definitely I would have dropped out because I don't know if I would be able to cope at that time. I picked interest in coding, in software generally, but I didn't know a jack about programming. All I know, there's a computer, and there's a computer out there, and I had to know how to program something on the system. So things like that. So eventually, thank God helped me through my brother, our firstborn. He brought computer to our house, and from there I was able to learn one or two things, desktop publishing and all that. So after some time, I had to solve the net and say, I really want to know how to develop applications and things like that, because I didn't know anything about application. I solved the net. Then, at that time in the 90s, you had to go to the cafe and book all night, things like that. You work all night, like 500 or 1,000 at that time. I was surfing the net. The rest were surfing porn and other things like that. So I was surfing the net to learn more about programming and all that. So I met a guy called Bob Tabor online. So I stumbled on that on his website. I met him online, and I was so happy that, so from here I'll be able to learn programming. Then, because we speak, Tabor as an American software evangelist, and Microsoft had to acquire him. That, come, guy, you really have to work with us. And that guy is a dude. So he taught me virtually everything I know today, and he has been so helpful in terms of giving materials and all that. So from there, I had to develop more other things. That was around 2002 or 2001 or thereabouts. Yeah, around 2002. I started learning coding around 2002. And by the time I went back to school, and one juicy thing about it is that I told myself, since I've been doing this thing for a number of years now, they used to call me, put the computer at home. All right, so since I've been doing it for a number of years, so let me go and study computer science. So I studied computer science in the university, precisely Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. So I'm proficient very well in C#, Java, JavaScript, SQL, just name it. I was even planning to develop my own compiler at that time, so that I will be able to run, people will be able to code on my own compiler. Of course, thank God I didn't waste my time on that kind of thing at that time. So I think we're going to talk about our past projects. Are you guys seeing my screen? I hope. Let me try and get the participants. Hello?
Very well.
Oh, okay. Can I continue?
I can see it, sir. Yes,
oh,
sir.
okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to check if I'm actually recording this. Okay, I think I'm recording it now, right? Our past project, I'm going to share with you some of the projects we've done in the past, and share in terms of show you some of the projects we've done in the past. I can't actually list everything here. It's just, personally, I've developed over 5,000 classes, and I've written close to about 100 apps or software. So, but these are trending apps that we have out there. So I'm going to show you some of these projects we have done. Let me quickly hop over to the browser so that I can show you some of them. Some of them are desktop applications, some are web applications, and some are mobile app applications, mobile apps to browser. Let's start from the first one. The first one is Easy Web Office. Now, I'm sure a number of us here, okay, let me just cancel this because I need the Zoom meeting later. I'm sure a number of us here know something about WordPress. I decided to come up with my own WordPress, but which is a little bit tailored to business generally. Of course, we'll be dealing with, for front-end developers, you know, we'll be dealing with a little bit of WordPress because I don't want to derail from it. The reason why I want to introduce WordPress to you, as I might introduce it to all web developers and all that. I might do that. The reason why I want to show you WordPress is because I will teach you WordPress basically, not just a section. So you might go and develop it because we don't want you to be just ordinary designer. We want you to know the technical know-how about this programming, because as soon as you're able to, you make a lot of money from it when you become a full-fledged programmer than using a content management system. So when you use a content management system, there is a limit to what you can do in terms of jobs you can get. Of course, you can get, you know, there are quite a number of things we need to discuss, but, you know, we may not discuss it now because this is a general class and we have quite some people out there that their mission is to do something else. You know, they're not interested in program, but they have something else in mind, you know, things like that. By the time we go deeper into this project, probably after the free lectures, then I'll be unveiling some major things you need to know about software development and other things like that. Okay, so for WordPress, you know, I'm sure a number of us is familiar with WordPress. WordPress is actually content management system, and this guy, they claim that they're powering about 26% of websites out there. I don't know how true it is. Of course, I know it's somehow true to some extent. Okay, so they developed something that you don't necessarily need to know how to code. They claim that they're powering 36%, and we decided to develop. WordPress is a very huge platform, content management system, and we decided to develop ours, which is relatively similar to. I might need to close this WhatsApp since someone else is updating it. We decided to develop our own, and we tailored it to business generally. Business, that is, develop something related to WordPress, but this is tailored to business, strictly business. How to make money online, how to build your brand online, how to put your business online. You know, like WordPress, the way you can use it for virtually anything. You can develop social media, you can develop virtually, but this one is tailored to business. How you can publish your website, how you can. So with this one now, you don't necessarily have to do anything. All you need to do is just register and do that. So I'm just showing you that. I'm going to teach you how to develop something related to this. I'm not going to give you my source code though. So I'm going to teach you how to do something related to this. I'm talking about this website source code. That's what I'm saying. Of course, all the websites, I'm going to give you the source code. And we have quite a number of things on it. You can partner with us. So what we're going to do here now with this web application, with this training, we're going to train our we're going to train our front-end developer to be able to create as many as possible design for them to sell to our customers. And with that, you know what it means. Okay, so we'll be dealing with that much later. Then for a web developer, we teach you how to create a plugin, like plugin for calculator, plugin for all those things. So you can create a plugin put it on this website. So when you do that, you start making money. So these are, so with this website now, you can do quite a number of things here. You can go to marketplace, blog, demo. Like demo now, if I go to demo, I think we've developed websites from it, like Access Drive. Okay, accessdrive.org. You can develop something. You can develop a website, a website like this using Easy Web Office. So let's up over to our project, past project. We've designed a school management app where you can manage your school entirely, from result computation, virtually everything. And we have quite a number of schools out there using our products. Not only that, we've developed something. So I'm going to be showing you step by step some of the things you need to do. You know, one thing is to develop application, another thing is to make it happen. Another thing is to ensure that this application is working very well. We've developed accounting software. We have quite a number of stores out there that are using our accounting software and e-learning platform. Even the one we're going to be using for this class is purely e-learning. Like I said, you submit your assignment online, you do your classwork online, virtually everything will be online. Then publishing website. I developed this for a client in Australia, and it's really by the time you go to the back end of this website, you know, we've done quite a number of things on the website. I don't want to waste much time on this because we have to go. We want to tell you some of the things you will need to do as well. So cafeteria app, peer-to-peer review, mobile app. So I have quite a number of apps on Play Store as well. Play Store, is it Play Store? PlayStore.com. A number of apps on Play Store. So I don't want to waste your time on this. So we don't have to game. We've developed Blockbuster. This one is a UK-based game. Blockbuster and many other apps like that on Play Store. The e-commerce app. So all these is this guy wate.com. So I'm going to show you how to develop all these features, all these apps using Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code. Okay. So next thing we'll in our agenda from current slide is projects you're going to develop. At the end of this course, you'll be able to develop an enterprise application. Enterprise application will be like accounting software, any software you can think of. Now, one juicy thing about this project, about this training, we're not doing this training just to teach and let go. No, because we've been dealing with Google Data Scale for a number of years now. I know, some of you guys will know about Google Data Skills, and we've trained over 2 million youths in Nigeria. And I can categorically tell you that for the certificate, less than 1% of those guys, in fact, 99% of them didn't get the certificate. Why? Because we realized that most people, in fact, 80% or 90% of people out there cannot learn on their own. They need to be guided. They need to be mentored. They need to be monitored in a way, monitored in quotes. So that's why we had to come up with something that we bridge the gap, in the sense that you're going to learn online, and as well as something like this live meeting. Not only that, we'll monitor your progress. That are you doing something real? Are you doing this? And the truth is, after the 16th week, it is not that it is over. No, I'm going to be showing you all those things now before the close of the meeting. So we're going to develop mini Facebook. Everything on Facebook, we develop it from scratch. So as a web developer, as a backend developer, you focus on your own aspects. Front-end developers will focus on the look. The mobile developer too, we find a way to interact with the two. Okay, so that is what we're going to develop. And the truth is, one thing about me is that I won't be satisfied until I'm able to say that, oh, these people are doing well. It's not just about the money, about the time. Even if you take more time, I don't mind, but you must do it. You must do something out, you must get something out of this. So you create your own business projects. I believe a number of, in fact, virtually everyone here, you have one business or idea that you want to launch or you want to create, but you don't know how. Well, by the time you get to week 2, week 3, I think that thing will be much, much clearer. I'm going to mute all the mics. I'll mute and speak, then you mute back, okay? So that there won't be any commotion here. You create your own, I believe you have a number of things you want to do, and we're going to guide you on how to do it. Of course, if you like, you can partner with others within the team. And there's one thing that is very, very important here. We are building a team that will capture the next future of work. So we're going to work together. I've noticed in fact, most of my clients are from the diasporas, UK, USA, Germany, and Australia. Most of my clients are from. One thing I realize is that those guys, they come together as one, irrespective of what will happen. They do things together. But here in Nigeria or probably Africa, we are disjointed somehow. I don't know. We need to bridge the gap. We need to trust ourselves. We need to work together as one. Okay, so that is for the create your own business project and monetize. That one is personal to you. We just guide you through it. That, oh, this is good. This create your own business project and monetize it is exactly like your final year project in the university or in higher institution. If you don't create your own project, you're not going to pass. You're not going to graduate. And I mean it. Everything has been computerized, and I'm not ready to tweak any code for anybody. I'm sorry about that. I may be too harsh, but I know by the time you do that, in about 2 years' time, you will thank me that, bros, thank you for pushing me to success or things like that. Okay, aside that, there's going to become a NanoWorkers trusted developers. Now, what we want to do basically, this one is for VIP members actually. What we want to do basically is that we want to raise next generation of developers. Of course, we are working together as one anyway, as one. So we are working on a project called nanoworkers.com, and it will be out soon. And if not because of this pandemic, corona pandemic, we are planning to collaborate with 1 or 2 big organizations in Nigeria. But this one is basically like a portal for developers in Nigeria, basically. Nigerians for a start. We have about 200 million here in Nigeria, as they claim. So if we can build in-house developers, do you know the funnest part? Those guys, those Chinese guys, they are the one collecting our feeding bottle. They'll come up with one tiny thing and collect our feeding bottle. So we need to take our feeding bottle back from them, from Chinese guy. And I believe you and I can do something to this. So we don't have to wait for government. So we are creating that NanoWorkers platform where people can go to. It's going to be like Fiverr, but I don't want a Fiverr-like approach. I want something more robust. So we think outside the box and get things done. So then not only that, you have access to cloud of jobs, homes, and abroad. We generally, I'm going to show you, there are a lot of jobs out there that you can do remotely at the comfort of your home. You don't necessarily have to resume at all. I'm telling you, for the truth is, for the past 4 months now, since this corona thing started, I know they leave my house, so I beg. The worst thing is, okay, I'll go to nearby market, buy something for my family, and I'm back at home. Even though it's not always easy because when children noise here and there, but at least I've been able to do one or two things. So that is how it works. Then get up to 1,000 functions. So what I'm going to do at the end of the class, I'm going to send about 1,000 functions that I've developed. Maybe how to compress, how to upload, how to build a blog, function that you can call, mathematical functions and all that. So I think I have up to 1,000 and 1,000 function that I will share with you. I'm not going to share it now because if I share it, you become lazy, and I don't want that. I want you to know more about it before you get things that done. Group projects and personal projects. I'll talk about that one before the end of the class. Okay, next slide. I think it's time to get our hands dirty with code. So what I'm going to do now is I'll hop over. I'll close this now. I've been too much talk. No, they bring money. So let's talk about let's create a project. Now, if you have been following me or from our previous project, I mean from my previous video, you notice one thing. I actually equate. Should I use the word equate? I actually compare programming language with a natural language like German, Spanish, and all that. The reason is that if you can get this thing right, you are going to learn programming with ease. Think of it this way. Programming is not like coding somewhere. Programming is like every other language. It's like German, English, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. We want to compare programming language we want to compare it with German, French, English. The truth is, if you are able to learn programming language, you will be able to communicate with every other languages in the world. That's the total truth. Because it's just like a universal language that is joining everybody together. So what I want to do now, I want to prove that we can actually develop an application that will communicate with everybody. Hop over to my desktop, and I want to start Visual Studio Code. Because of our time, I won't be able to design this with Visual Studio Code because I need to set up something up and down, things like that. And I really want you to know much about Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. We have to get this done before 8 o'clock, before 9 o'clock or 9:10. Up over to Visual Studio 2019. Don't worry, today we're not going to code today. Starting from tomorrow on Wednesday, you start coding, okay? I just need to chip in one or two things. Did I press continue without coding? No, let me start all over again. I just want to talk about the front page. Okay, so I want to create a new project. I won't waste much time. Don't worry, you will know everything. I quickly want to create a web application, not a mobile application. I want to create a web application. We'll create web. This time I want to create, okay, ASP.NET web application, and I'll click next. I'm going to select, let me just select here. I'll call this Lingua, more language. Okay, let's call it Unilanguage. And click create. What I want to do basically is I want to create a .NET framework. Don't mind me, don't worry. We'll be using .NET Core throughout this project, but I just want to use .NET framework so that you'll be able to get some of the things we're supposed to do. And I think I'm selecting wrong framework. Let me go back to my previous stuff and there's one I need to select. Oh, good. ASP.NET Web Framework. This is what I want to select, not the first one. Okay, this one is core. This one is for C#, Linux, Mac, Windows, and all that. But this one is basically for Windows and web and cloud. Okay. I'm going to call this uni language and all that. I want to save in here, or you can easily press this. If you watch my first video, you know how to save this, and I will select this. Don't worry, you will know everything at the end of the project. I'll create web form application. Okay, we can create MVC web API. We'll do that, but I just want to create something very, very simple. I'm not going to configure it for HTTPS, and click create. And of course, authentication is a very simple application. What I just want to do is I want this application to be able to communicate in any dialects. Okay, I think we have about 34 people on board now. So I believe we can get like 3 or 4 people that will tell us, how do you speak this in Igbo, in Yoruba, Hausa, you know, Sekiri, and all that. So let's wait for this guy to come up. It will take about 1 minute to create a project. So I don't necessarily have to configure back and front. Unlike if I'm using Visual Studio Code now, I have to install so many plugins, extensions rather, so that this code will be able to work, or else it won't work. And you know, it's a bit cumbersome. But I prefer this easy to use account. Okay, Unilang language, and I'm going to select this default page. Default page is like a landing page. When you go to facebook.com, the first page that you get to, it is called default page. So this is my default page. By default, with what I chose, this will automatically create virtually everything for me, connections and all that. So I need not to worry myself about how this thing will work and all that. So basically what I want to do here, let me go to this place and change this, or I should get rid of this. I don't need this. I don't need this. Let me just get rid of all this, this and this. ASP and we want to my language, let's call it universal language. Okay, I think I love that. Universal language. Now, what I want to do is I want to create this app to be able to tell me that when you type, this app will greet you in about 15, and let's pick 10 because of our time, in about 10 languages or something, or dialect. Let's use dialect, or whichever we want to do it. You understand what I mean? So what I want to do is, I want, when you type your name, I'll bring aboard text box. That when you type your name, let's say name text box .com. Let me try and mute my boss here. Okay. So name testbox.com. When you type your name and hit, and you select BR, and you select the country, the dialect you want to speak, you want this to greet you with that dialect. Let's say we want it to be, let's call it language pack. I'm sorry about the language pack. So with this language pack, I want to list, don't worry, it's just a name, simple thing. I want to list this in English, in Hausa, in Igbo, okay, Hausa should come first because of alphabetical order. Hausa, Igbo, GHI, okay. In Yoruba, please, can someone help me with other dialects that we can add? Maybe one or two. Anybody?
Efik.
Efik, thank you, sir. Make sure you'll be able to speak. Tell me what to say. Which other one?
Ijesha.
Ujesha, okay.
Ibibio.
Idibio, okay, let's add Idibio. That'll be all. Idibio. I'm sure if I didn't get the
Ibibio. I-B-I-O. I-B-I-B-I-O. Ibibio.
Like this?
Exactly.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what we need to do now is...
remove that Ijesha, or it might not work. Or I was just joking.
Okay. Can someone speak the Ijesha word, Ijesha language? I mean, dialect. I don't know if it's language or dialect. Okay.
Even I can't speak it. I will remove it, please. Maybe
what
you
about
can learn
Ijebu?
something.
Ijo.
Okay, let's
Okay,
add
Ijo. Yeah, Ijo. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what we're going to do now is, when someone click this submit button or speak, let's call it speak. When someone click this speak, this app will greet you in any of this language. Okay. Now let me give you the concept now. This project, we're going to build it together. Okay. Every one of us will build it and make it a very robust application and sell it. Okay. I will give you and everyone will be part of it. Okay. I will give you more info about it much later so that you understand how it works. So we're going to develop it for the nation so that if you are in any part of the nation or of the nation precisely, we had German and other things later, you'll be able to communicate. Okay, am I communicating, sirs? You'll be able to, okay, I want to go to the market in Hausa. I don't know it. With this app, I should be able to do that. I will just type it, market. I want to, this app will tell me this is how to speak in Hausa, things like that. So that's the feature of this project. And I'll tell you the modality and everything. Okay. On click. So what I want to do is when people click on that button, but when we're developing an app, it's not going to be on click like this. It's going to be something AI, in the sense that when you log in from Lagos, the app will automatically dictate that, oh, you're in Lagos. Okay. What are the major language they normally speak in English? Okay, we need to add Pidgin. Okay, of course, Pidgin. So we had Pidgin. I'm just developing it like this so that you understand the concept. With this, we can use database to jack everything up. So when you come to the website or the app, you can select the language you want to speak, and this language you speak fluently, things like that. Okay, so let's do something that when a user type in his or her name and selects the language or dialect he wants to speak and click submit, the language will greet him. Hello, Olumiyewa. How can I help you? Or welcome to EduPower, things like that. So we say that in English, in Hausa, in Igbo, in Yoruba, in Efik, in Ijo, in Ibibio, and in Pidgin. Okay, so let's do that now. So what I'm going to do now is I will tell this guy that if the name of this container is called language pack, if language pack dot test, that is what they selected, is equal to English. Okay, let's add one more. Let's add one more. Let's say, so that we'll make this our simple app intelligent. Let's create simple intelligent. Let's call it select one. And when you come to this site, it's going to be selected equals true. That is, the first item that will be selected will be this. So you'll be forced to select any of the language that you want to. So if it is select one, sorry, let me copy this because it's case sensitive and it has to be typed exactly the same way. So I'm going to add another button to show our user that we call this one message label. And I don't want to display anything. So we'll attribute.test equals, we'll now tell them that, oh, you've not selected any language. We can say, please select your language for me to speak. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll now tell this guy to return. That is, the meaning of this return is that don't run again. This guy is not, the person didn't select any English. I'm going to teach you all this, so don't worry about it at all. So we'll start from scratch, okay? I'm just trying to tell you that this guy can talk in any language. So, but if it is English, so I will say if this guy selected English, I'll tell this guy the name of the person, which is the name of this guy is name text box. The name that they typed plus all of this. So I will say, welcome, let's say Olumiwa, welcome to EduPower Box. I hope you are staying okay. Hope you are good. So in our future video, we had audio so that this thing will be able to speak. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is to add for Hausa. Hey, Hausa guy, please help us. What do we write? Any Hausa guy in the house? Anybody?
Okay, let me just try. Sanu
Okay.
Dezua. Yeah.
Ah, that your English is one show. Sanu, is there a way you can type it for us to?
What's too much?
Hey, sorry, is there a way you can type it for me to copy?
Okay, let me try. Okay.
Okay, so
Son has done that.
For someone should help me with Hausa Igbo so that it will be, so I'll be able to get it done on time.
Sonu means well done. Dezua means welcome. Sonu Dezua.
Okay, type it. I don't want to. I want this guy to be able to speak well. Okay, type it for me so that I can copy and paste. Someone else should help me with Igbo, Yoruba, Efik, Ijaw, Ibibio, and Pidgin. So let me create if for every of those things. Why you keep typing? Here we go. So for Igbo now, Igbo, Yoruba, Efik, Ijaw, Ibibio, and lastly, Pidgin. Okay, I'm waiting for you guys. Okay, chat. Okay, thank you, sir. For Yoruba, ẹ káàbọ̀ sí Edu Power Box. Ṣé dáadáa ni? God bless you, sir. For Yoruba, okay. Okay. For let me start from up. Okay. Is this for Hausa? No, I don't think so. Sonuku Dezua, right? Okay, let's put it that way. But for Hausa, and for Yoruba, okay, we've done that. For Igbo, let's do this. For nothingness, a fig. When they see you, this one is for what, sir? Okay, Igbo. Okay, Igbo. Okay. Efiko. Anybody? Ijo. Ibibio. Pidgin. All of you should know how to speak this in Pidgin, I beg. Bros, welcome to this. Abi, how we go do them now?
I don't know how to type it. Oh, I'm not getting the process of typing it.
Oh, I think you select chat or something. For Pidgin, okay, thank you, sir. Hey, I don't press another thing here. For Pidgin. There we go. Oh, it's generating error for me. There we go. Okay. The last but not the least is Ibibio, right? Okay, Efik, Ijo, Ibibio. We're waiting for you guys.
Because of time, can we?
Okay, can we continue? Okay, thank you so much, sir. All right, so what we want to do basically is that we want this guy to be able to speak in this language. To do that, I will quickly run this app by clicking this play button. When I click the play button, and wait for this guy to load, probably within 30 seconds to come up using the selected browser. So depending on your system configuration, this might take some time to load. But for the first time, if you are launching an application for the first time, to take a number of like 1 minute or 2 minutes to load. Okay, this is our universal language, and this is your name. You select and you speak. Let me mute. I'm going to mute you. Okay. All right. If I type my name here and click speak, don't worry about this jagged design. Don't worry, we will come up with a very nice design. And click speak. You notice that this guy is telling me, please select your language for me to speak. So if I select English, it will tell me Taiwo welcome to EduPower Box. Hope you are good. If I select Igbo, Taiwo, no EBR, something like that, EduBox and all that. If I select Ijaw, I don't think we have for Ijaw, Pidgin. Now, you know what? All these Google Translate and all that can, this simple principle, that is exactly what they are using. And computer, you can make computer to speak in any language or in any natural languages. It's extremely easy. So with computer, now, with this app now, imagine if I package this app and put it on, develop it to be more robust, we'll be able to do quite a number of things and put it on Play Store. I will be able to do stuff with it. I'll be able to, oh, someone is raising his hand. Let's see. I'm going to package it. Now, let me tell you our home concept. We're going to package this application and sell it, things like that. So I will give you more information about it. So we can develop something of this nature. And throughout this course, the front-end developer, this thing is very, very important so that you know which course you want to go for. Now, the front-end web application, they are responsible for the look, just like we have it here. This designer, they're responsible for the look, the graphics, the layout. When you inspect, when you click, when you want it to be the way it will look on mobile app, the way to look on mobile apps. Someone is waiting in sound. Okay, sir. Let me unmute you. You can go ahead and unmute and speak, sir.
Yeah, sorry to cut into this. Oh my God.
Maybe you use your mic.
Yes.
Put it
I'm
off.
using. Oh, sorry. I'm actually using two screens.
Okay.
All right. Now, yes. I noticed that, I don't know if that's how you set it to default, because you just used I think text select, but is it going to be, is it when you run that application, are we just going to read the responses, or is it not supposed to speak it?
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
I come in select box, it should speak it, not for me to read it as text.
Yes, I understand. Now, what we're trying to do,
right.
okay, what we're trying to do basically, I'm just trying to show you the background of programming language.
Okay,
now, we're going to develop that app in such a way that it will be like an artificial intelligence for people in Nigeria, so that anywhere you are in Nigeria, you will be able to communicate. So by the time at the end of this class, we will brainstorm and I will show you full-fledged what we want to achieve so that you get the idea, okay? So I will answer the question by that time. All right, so what I want to do basically is that I want to show you the difference between, let me go to, okay, let me just go to EduPower so that you can get the idea. Now, I want to show you the difference between the front-end developer so that you know which one you go for. The front-end developer, back-end or full-stack developer, then mobile app development. Now, front-end developer, generally, they are responsible for the design. The design, the look, how that thing will flow, this picture, the graphics, the flow, the texture, and all that. The text, animation, this get in touch of a thing, this slide. They're responsible for UI UX, that is user interface. They're responsible for that. And That is their job. They don't go to the back end. Now, you may be, okay, let me talk about back end and compare the two. Now, for back end and, okay, for front end, their own role is to master HTML, to master CSS. We're going to be talking about all of this in our various classes, okay, or training room, okay. That's why we have to split it into 2 or 3. So their whole role is to master HTML, to master CSS, that is the style. HTML is just like the house, and the CSS is like the style, how you want it to look, how you want this to be gray, how you want the color, the text to be bold, to be lighter, you know, and all that. They will master that. Then they must master JavaScript, which is very, very important. JavaScript JavaScript basically is like animation on the web. When you see dancing animation and all that, okay, let me go to programming school now. You will be able to get things from here. Now, if you go to this enroll now, you know, I can toggle here. I can toggle, that's the work of JavaScript. I can click on this and that, anything animation on the web or communication, something of that nature, that is the work of JavaScript. So they must, now there are several JavaScripts, JavaScript files or frameworks, sorry, that people can learn. You know, people started developing their own framework that I think JavaScript is too complex, you know, is that. So Facebook decided to develop his own JavaScript. They call it native, React Native and React JS. You know, everything is still JS. Microsoft had to develop his own, call it TypeScript. Android too develop their own JavaScript just to tailor it to a specific need, okay? Because JavaScript is more or less like C#. But the difference between JavaScript and C# is that JavaScript is a scripting language. So it really runs in a way on a browser. But like C#, that can run on any machine, okay? So people decided to come up with their own JavaScript. So we have different type of JavaScript. We have jQuery, it's like a subsection of JavaScript. Some develop Ionic, just like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that is the front end. You may be thinking that front end is just like, no. The truth is, even as you speak, front end, they make more money than back end. Now, the back end, basically, if you go to our code, I'm going to stop this code now. Stop. Now, if you go to our code, if you go to the front end, let's assume this is our front end, and of course, it's our front end. You know, user don't see this, but user will see this. Okay, let me quickly run it without this so that you get it. So user don't see this. Okay, it's even here. Okay, sorry. So user will see this universal language, and this is our universal language, and language drop down and all that. So this is what user will see. So when they send a request, when they click this button, what they are trying to do is that, from my own computer or from my own laptop or phones, I want to get a response, just like when you want to log into your Facebook account or you want to post on your social media and all that. You are sending a request or a packet or there's a name they call it now. I remember. So that's it. Sir?
Hello.
Yeah.
You said what?
No, I'm actually explaining something. So when they send their own request, when you type your username or password, or you submit a form from the web, you are actually sending it as a packet to the server. Let's say the server is in United States or a Facebook server to process the information. So, and submit it probably to database and do all stuff with it. That is back-end developer. Back-end developer now, as a back-end developer, when people click on this button, you need to develop a function or a class or concept that will tell them that, oh, that will process the information. That is backend development. And there are several tools you can use. You can use Java as your backend language. You can use C#. You can use PHP. You can use Node.js. About 100, if not more, languages that you can use as a backend. So it's not about which language is better than the other. Of course, they have their own pros and cons generally. Now, the reason why I decided to choose C#, it is because C# is more or less like cross-platform application in such a way that, now I started learning C#. Let me use my own as an example. I learned C# in 2002 or 2003 or thereabouts from Bob Tabor. So I was able to use that knowledge to develop game application. I was able to use that knowledge to develop mobile apps and many other things like that. Someone is raising up his hand. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, you can go ahead and ask your question. Abdulmajid. Hello. Oh, okay. So you join us later. So what am I trying to say is that you can learn many things all at once, but it will be difficult for us to learn. The learning curve for front end is quite different from learning curve for back end. The learning curve is quite different. So that is why that's the difference between two. Now the mobile app is actually the bridge. Is like mobile app is like app on its own that can connect to the web and it can stand on its own. That's different. So if you're developing a mobile app application, it's a standalone. You don't necessarily have to develop a web application, depending on what you're doing actually. And of course, you can develop an application that will connect to the web as well. That will connect, like most of our apps now, we develop the mobile app and as well as the web application. Depending on what you want to choose, you can decide to go for mobile app. Of course, we guide you to learn mobile app. Of course, you can learn the tool as well. If you want to learn mobile app or web application or front end. Now, let me give you a concept of what you need to get. Now, if you want to learn front end development, is booming now. If I want to develop the application, you can sell your code. You sell your code to backend. That hey, backend, I'll develop the interface. Now let's up over to our slide and continue. Slide from current slide. Okay. Okay. Group projects. Now this is the edge we have over others. Okay. We believe one thing here at EduPower Box team. We believe that most people want to learn and they want to practice. But the unfortunate thing is that they don't have someone that will guide them. They don't have someone that will tell them these are things. Because one thing is to learn. Let me tell you the total truth today. You can learn virtually everything about programming and all that. labor market is different from that, the way they used to say it when they were in school. School platform, or whatever they call it, school system is different from labor market. It's exactly the same thing with programming. Learning is different from business. That's the truth. So you need to know how to develop the business angle, the business side of programming. A number of us don't know much about the business angle. We decided to come up with, okay, someone is start. So we decided to come up with this idea. We don't just want to teach people how to code. Apart from the strict measure we put in place, you must pass, you must submit all your 52 assignments, you must do classwork. Apart from that, at the end of this course, for VIP members, students or members, we're going to develop a group project, and that project is going to be powered by us, not me. No, though every power we have a share on the project, so it's going to be powered by us. We're going to use that project. We're going to I'm trying to find the word I can use. So once we finish the project, we will monetize the project. That is, we will develop it in such a way that we can market the project. Of course, we're going to invite investors and all that to come and participate. So everybody will have a share in that project, provided if you participate, because we will monitor everything if you participate. Now, take for instance, we might decide to choose, let's say, uni language that I picked. Of course, that is exactly, we are the one, Edupower will be the one to pick that project. You have your own personal project. So we pick a project where we're thinking is going to be uni language. So we decide the name we want to call it. Everybody will decide. There's going to be a meeting like every Saturday or Sunday. I don't know precisely. We decide that as well. We meet for 3 days, for 1 hour or less about the project, the think tank structure. That, okay, we want to develop this project. What are things that we need to add? We want to add AI, we want to add this, we want to add that. Of course, that will not come until after a month of this training. So by the time we launch out, Edupower will finance it for us to launch out. So this is the sharing formula. Edupower will get 10%. Then we use 10% to market the projects. Then the remaining 80% will be shared among the developers. And of course, so you get more details about it, because that one is not for everybody. We have people that are just there to do 1 or 2 things. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of this group project. So by the time you finish this course, you already have something that will bring in money on a monthly basis. Of course, it may not be now, it may not be in the immediate. Of course, we know that in the next 3 or 4 years, because it's going to be like a teamwork and everybody will be happy. Okay. So that is for the group projects. You earn monthly, you join the Power Boss team, and all that. So we'll keep building the project till we reach a particular limit or stable version where everybody can say, oh, this project was developed by this group of people. And the funnest part, we don't have to meet one-on-one. Of course, we can do that if we desire to meet. So that is because of our time, we have 15 minutes left. Okay, any question? Let's start from there. Questions. I think what I need to do is, let me monitor it. You raise up your hand, I will mute you, you talk, okay? So that there won't be commotion like that. So just keep raising up your hand. Mr. Kenneth, I want to unmute you now. You can ask your question, I will answer and mute you back. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. I guess you can hear me very well.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, thank you very much for a wonderful. In fact, I feel like I've already learned so much already this short period of time. So, what I want to say is as somebody who is tech savvy, who is really tech enthusiast, and is there a way with this during this course period? Is there a way I can marry both web development and then web app development as well? Can
You
I
mean the
handle
front
both?
end and the back end, or front end, back
Yes.
end, and mobile?
Probably not the three, but
Just two.
actually two. Yes, web development and then front end.
Yeah, of course. The truth is, if you are a web, if you are a back end developer, or we call it full stack,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, full
definitely
stack. Yeah.
know by default, you will know something about front end. Okay, definitely.
Okay.
But you
Yeah.
won't be able to develop something on your own. So you need to rely solely on front-end developers. Maybe you get template from them, and use. But you need to be able to know, there are a
Yeah.
lot of things you need to learn from front end, because we're going to teach them React Native, Angular, and all that, which is not possible for us to do that with web applications, because with full stack. So it's possible very well to learn the two. Very, very possible. In fact, it's possible to learn the three, provided if you have the time. Okay, because I'm a very strict guy. If you don't do my assignment, you won't be able to download. You won't be able to move to next week. And I've already programmed it that way. So, and I don't want to reprogram. You understand what I'm trying to say? So if you're able to do the two together, if you can, okay, let me put it this way.
Yes,
If
sir.
you're able to spare 1 hour of your time every day or every 2 days, you're good to go. But if
Okay,
not,
so I could take the three if I could spare 1 hour
yes.
each.
If
Let's say
you want
three
to take
hours
the
per
three,
week
yeah,
on
if you want to take the three, it has to be 1.5 hours or 2 hours
Okay.
every 2 days.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So that's how it works.
Okay,
All right,
thank you
so
very much, sir.
yeah, I'm going to unmute you now so that I can talk to sir. You can go ahead, sir. I think I've unmuted you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my question is, my from the beginning, I was a bit, we have a different timeline here, so I was a bit late. I think it was about 18 or 20 minutes late. But my Visual Studio 2009 is blue. Yours is purple. So I don't think we're on the same page. When you started out all of these things, I did not see what you started out. In fact, that's why I'm using two screens. I'm using a laptop, I'm using a desktop, and I'm using my mobile phone as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
I wasn't able to see what you were doing in the beginning. Are you going to give us a video of this meeting, or are we allowed to record it?
Sorry. Okay. Thank you, sir. I understand perfectly what you're trying to say, sir. For your interface, I'm going to show you how you can. It's just design. Just select design. Theme, and it should be like mine. I chose light. Maybe you chose blue or something.
Okay.
So, and
I thought so too, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's just theme. We can always change that. Then for videos, of course, every video will be available on the portal. As soon as we're through with it now.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, we have to edit 1 or 2 things from it so that to look more presentable. So when we edit it, probably tomorrow or next or by Wednesday, we will be able to get it. So you can always download all those videos, because we need to consider people. We don't want people to be watching online every time. They can download the videos.
But it's live on YouTube. It's live on YouTube. Why is it live on YouTube?
Yeah, because the reason why we have to make it that way is because we know that some people may not have access to this. I mean, join the meeting.
Okay.
So we want people to.
Okay.
We only have 100 participants. Only 100 participants can join the meeting at a time,
Oh,
and we don't know.
okay.
So we don't know if many more people
Okay.
might want to join, so they can watch it on YouTube, but they won't be able to communicate or participate just like this.
Okay.
So that's why we decided to do that.
Okay.
So you're going to get
All right.
overall, you're going to get about 250 or 300 videos for the minimum time duration will be around 20 or 30 minutes or thereabout, depending on what we're doing. All right, thank you. Okay, Mr. Solomon, go ahead, sir. Have I unmuted you, Mr. Solomon? Are you able to? Okay, maybe you can.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, okay, good evening, sir.
Please, my question has to do with the first person that first spoke.
Okay.
Now, is it comfortable for us to make use of this video studio, then to learn the three? You know, there is not how you have.
Is it what? Is it comfortable? What?
You know, yeah. Is it
He's trying to say that is it convenient?
Oh, okay. I think your network is.
Well.
Let him type his question.
Please, can you type your question? Can you type your question because of the
2019? And with is it Visual Code?
Okay, we are talking about Visual Studio Code, right? Hello. Oh, okay. I think there's a question. Let me go through the chats again.
Okay, sorry. If I can try and quickly say what he's trying to say.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Since I made mention of trying to see if I can do the three courses at the same time. So he's trying to ask if we could use the Visual Studio to run the three courses simultaneously. I think that's what he's trying to say. If the Visual Studio can actually
yes, of course. Yeah, definitely. The other thing is that if it is Visual Studio, okay, you can actually do that. Let me quickly show you what you can do from here. From the Visual Studio perspective. From this, let me close this. From this here now, if you click create a new project, you'll be able to create virtually anything with Visual Studio. You don't need any IDE at all. Like, yes, if you want to develop web application, you select this. If you want to develop mobile application, you come here, select mobile, and you select where is it now? You select this mobile app, Xamarin Form, C#, Android, iOS, Windows Mobile. If you want to develop iOS application, you select this. If you want to develop document picker extension, you select this. So if you want to develop, and you can actually work, you can design or develop C#, F#, JavaScript, Java, anything. It's like a Visual Studio is like combination of every programming languages. And of course, you can use Visual Studio Code now if you are unable to download Visual Studio. Okay, let me go through this as well. Okay, my question is this. If I intend doing the three courses, just like you said, is it possible? Would the classes run concurrently or at different times? Yes, it's going to run like web application now. Web application, the full stack will be 8 to 9. Then, of course, there will be break. Like we'll give you videos to go and watch, to go and download. For web application, we have our live meeting classes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Friday basically for our think tank. You know, I told you we want to develop application that will do stuff for us, that will monetize. So Friday basically is for us to come together and think, okay, what do we have to add to this application? How do we monetize it? How do we do this? That is our think tank meeting. So basically it's Monday and Wednesday. Okay. So if you want to do for mobile app is Tuesday and Thursday, same time. So for front end, 6 to 8, for full stack is 8 to 9, and then front end about 9 to 10 or 7 to 8. We will sort it out and find the most convenient time for us. So okay, the next one is, sir, you didn't get my question. Okay, you are still using Visual Studio Community. Okay, you're talking about Visual Studio Code. Yes, you can actually develop front end and back end with Visual Studio Code. You know, okay, you're talking about this Visual Studio Code. Let me get rid of this. You're talking about this one, Visual Studio Code. Yes, I'm going to show you how you will install all the extensions. Like, okay, let me quickly show you now, but there's going to be a full detailed video tutorial on that. If you go to this this extension box, extensions, you will search for just type C# Visual Studio Code, something like that. C#, just like this one, C# for Visual Studio. C# for Visual Studio. It will come up like this. You click on it. There will be an extension here. I decided to uninstall it so that I can show you how to use it. There will be an extension you can install it. Okay, let me search for another one. We're going to install Live Share. For this Live Share, you just click install. So you keep installing all the extensions one by one, which is a bit tedious. You may not know the right extension to install if you're not familiar with it. Unlike Visual Studio, where everything has been configured, all you need to do is just plug your project and you're good to go. Okay, someone is raising up his hand. Okay, sir. Okay, we have 4 people here. Let me quickly answer these chat questions before I come over to you guys, please. So I want to ask, web application front-end developer, what's the difference? Okay, I think I mentioned that. The difference is front-end is developing an app or user interface for people out there that don't know a thing about programming or a website. They just like a beautiful website. So that's the work of front-end developer. And of course, it can develop mobile apps and all that. So that's the work of front-end developer. Back-end developers, they develop back-end. They control the logic, the artificial intelligence, everything that when you want to log into the system, instead your username or password does not match or something of that nature. That's the work of back-end. Okay. My question is, I think I've answered this. If we tend to do the 3, will the class run concurrently? Okay, I think I've answered that. I want to do the 3 is front-end, back-end, and mobile. Won't the class clashes and how possible it is? Okay, I think I've answered that. Monday for web, Tuesday for mobile, Wednesday for web, Thursday for mobile, Friday for general class, as in think tank class, because we have a project to develop. Okay. So, sir, you didn't get my question. Okay, I think I've done that. Oh, okay. I will unmute you. Sorry. I need my contact. Of course, you get my contact from the WhatsApp group as well. I want to ask, web application front-end development. Okay, I think I've done that. Front-end deals with the feel and look of the face of the sites. Okay, someone is explaining for us now. Thank you, sir. The interface design and all that. So, yeah, example, when you fill a form, thank you, sir. Anu Davis, go on.
All right. Okay, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm actually Anu's dad. He's a teenager. I was a programmer, and I'm a telecom expert now, so to say.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm just raising this is that he will be attending the during the class. There might be some way you expect him to maybe to react to your questions and co. I've made up my mind. The reason is I'll be sitting with him in every class to actually carry him through it.
Okay,
although he has little experience in website designing and all the rest, so I've decided that I want him to actually mobile programming, mobile apps, able to do mobile apps. So I'm just actually informing you, he's a teenager, so to say, unlike every other person on this platform. But majority of the time, I will be with him on the system.
No problem, sir. No problem. Of course, you can always put him through since you are a programmer as well. So you can always tell him what to do, and he's good to go. No problem. That's fine. I started programming. No, basically, I started in the early 18, but early 20s. No, before 20, I was there. So I believe, in fact, most people that I know out there, they started programming, especially in Lagos. They started programming as when they were in their 13 or in their 14, in their teenagers, rather, basically teenagers. So language software development anybody can develop application with this. There's one guy in Google currently. I think he's around 12 or thereabout, and Google had to employ him. This guy is a dude, and
good.
Yeah, so he can participate. Definitely. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Mr. Kenneth, I want to unmute you now. You can go ahead and talk. Unmute yourself and talk.
Okay, I just quickly remembered something. So I'm installing the Visual Studio now.
Yeah.
When you were talking the other day, the video I watched, you said you did not need to select all the packages to install because of the data set.
Yes. I remember I said that.
Just pick the mobile, one of them, and then install. So my question is, when you were creating this project you did, you selected the one for the one we did for the web. So if when I was installing my Visual Studio, I selected just the one for the mobile, I didn't select all of them. And if I was to create a new project, will all of them be there, or because I installed just the mobile, only the mobile will be showing?
It won't be there. Only the mobile will be showing. So if you want to install that, you just simply launch the installer. So once you launch the installer, you are good to go. You just install it, select it, and install. Okay? Do you understand?
Okay, so it means you have to reinstall each of them for you to use them.
Yes, you have to, so that it will be easy for you to, to set up. That is if you are using Visual Studio. Anyways. Okay, is there any other question before we call it a day?
Okay.
Let me see. I don't think we have any questions here. So, okay, thank you very much. I'm going to, okay, one other thing we need to do before we call it a day, I need to show you the portal itself, how you walk through it and how you get things done. Let me quickly log out. So, again. Which is very, very important, because you need to, if you want to submit your assignment and all that. So I'm going to open the portal today, by God's grace. So by tomorrow, you start downloading videos. You can watch by yourself. So the training starts fully on the training starts fully on Wednesday. Today is actually like general class, so that you know what you want to do, which program you're going for, and all that. Tomorrow, we want to give you tomorrow to probably go and rest. I mean, go and download all the necessary information, all the necessary software needed for the project. Because I know we are, some people might find it difficult to, download videos, all the software is needed. So we're giving you guys tomorrow to go and relax. After tomorrow, by Wednesday, you will see the other side of me, Abego. Not to crucify you, but to bombard you with assignment. So let me quickly run through the project. I mean, the website where you submit your assignment and all that. So for my desk, if you have registered for any course, it will be here. You can click, you can go to your class directly. It will load that class automatically. Then if you want to register for any other courses, you just click view details. I want to register for web application development. Don't worry, everything, I'm going to teach you how to do all of this, how to pay online. For this enrollment, you can easily pay. Now, one other thing, someone suggested that he wants to pay and he needs payoff. So I've decided to give 20% bonus for the rest of the week, things like that. So from this, if you want to enroll, you can read more about the courses. We tend to add, but basically we don't want to derail from this. We want this portal to be strictly programming, anything related to programming. I'm actually discussing something with my friends in US and all that, to come and teach us about programming. Of course, I'm not going to be the only one that will teach you this. We're going to be inviting many other developers to come and teach you. Then we're going to, not all of them will teach us about the program, because about the group work we want to do. That one is personal to us. Then I will invite my colleagues and my business partner. They will teach you how to monetize your business and all that, things like that. So if you want to enroll, you click enroll and you enroll that here, like that. Even if you're going for free, just click enroll, okay, so that you'll be able to go to the class. So for courses, I want to go to classroom now. You go to it for my desk. You can go to classroom. Just click the classroom you want to go to. Let's say this. Go to classroom. Let me pause this video. I will enable everything tomorrow or probably Wednesday, because I want you guys to download the Visual Studio. I will disable this as well. Once I enable it, everything will be disabled and you will have a full class stuff. So you can either watch directly, or there will be a button here called download. You can download the video. You don't necessarily have to watch it. If you want to watch, you can watch. If you want to download, you can download. So whichever one that is suitable. Now for this one, this is what we have done, live meeting. This one, we enable this, so that you won't have access to this until probably next on Wednesday or Thursday, whichever way. Okay, this is mobile Thursday. Once we are through with the live meeting, this one will be enabled for you to download. This one will be enabled for you to download. This one will be enabled for you to download. But you can't go to week 2 until, of course, you can chat with us here, just like the way people can chat with WhatsApp. You can chat directly and put your question here. You not go to meeting. You need to score a particular point, maybe 10 points. I will unveil everything by the time we launch that. Assignment, you submit your assignment here. When you submit your assignment, I will get an alert and go there and approve it. I'm like, okay, pass. So one way to submit your assignment is that you You snap your code, just like this now. You just press Control P, Control Print Screen. You snap it, you snap your code and your output. You upload it, I'll mark it. So classwork basically is going to be, before you need to, there will be classwork based on what we discussed today now. We'll ask you objective questions that this, what's the difference between this and all that. So you need to pass that. You need to accrue about 10 points before you can move to the next class. So if there will be further readings, like, of course, we ask questions from further readings as well. So you read ebooks, but we don't want that ebooks to be too lengthy, just short ebooks. Then if at the end of every class, just like this, we upload the source code here and send message to you that, oh, there's a source code there. You can download the source code and see how it works. Then the project work. So your project work, this one will be available by week 8 lesson, week 8 basically. So you upload your project work, we see how it works and all that, and you are good to go. And lastly, upgrade. Okay, you don't necessarily have to pay at once. If you don't have the money, that's not a problem. You can pay on installment. So let's say we pay for basic. After 1 month, you move to premium. You pay, let's say, okay, basic is 5K, premium is maybe 8K or 10K. So minus 10K minus this, so you pay 5K instead of paying, you understand how it works now. So for VIP now, that means you're paid 10K, you pay the remaining 8K. So we make it very, very flexible and it's straightforward. So that is for that. Jobs. So I'm going to be posting jobs here, jobs from clients, so you can apply and do that. I'll do that. I'll start posting jobs by tomorrow, so you get by Wednesday precisely. Affiliates program, you don't need that now. Affiliates is to partner with us, so we're teaching you how to do this kind of thing. It's just to partner with, when you partner with us, we get to 20%. 30%. But for this class, I think we are true for this class. We don't need more people, because by the time we bring in new set of people, they will be dragging us back, which we don't want for now. We want to raise good developers, things like that. So thank you very much. And let me see if there is no other question. No. Okay, someone is raising up his hand. So are you raising up your hand? Let me see. You can go ahead and talk now.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Thank you. I actually joined the class very late, so talking about the beginning of the class till I joined the class obviously around when people were asking me questions, so I don't know how to get the other part of the class, talking about the beginning till the middle and the end of the class. So there's another way to do that.
I didn't get the question, sir.
As in, I don't know if there's any other way I can get the previous part of the class, because I joined very late. It was maybe,
okay. Oh, definitely. Okay. What I'm going to do now, all the videos we've done in the past, please, you can send a direct message to me on WhatsApp. So I will do that. For this class,
okay, sir.
For this class, since I'm recording it, as soon as we are through with the recording, I'm going to edit it. We need to cut some nasty things out. I'm going to edit that, then upload it for you guys to download and watch all over again. But going forward, of course, you have access to about 250 videos and more. All right, thank you very much. We'll see Wednesday for our think tank. After that, everybody will move to his various groups.